housing units in Ondo State. Senate confirms Ola Olukoyede, EFCC chairman. And from the foreign scene, Israel-Hamas war rages as US President Joe Biden arrives Tel Aviv.
A very good evening to you. Welcome to the news at 7. I am Obi Chukwemeka Oti. The Ondo State House of Assembly has agreed to suspend the ongoing move to impeach the state deputy governor Lucky Ayedatiwa. Speaker of the House Olamide Oladije said the decision was reached after a closed-door meeting with the National Committee NWC of the ruling Congress APC at the party's national secretariat in Abuja. The Speaker restated that the House was only exercising its responsibility under the Constitution, having received a petition accusing the Deputy Governor of some allegations of gross misconduct and abuse of office. He, however, expressed the desire of the House leadership to further consult with members of the House cutting across party lines on the political solution as proposed by the APC. The meeting, which lasted 2 hours, had in attendance members of the party's NWC, the Aminu Bello Masari-led 9-man Reconciliation Committee, Party State Chairman Ade Adetimehin, and 18 of the 22 APC lawmakers led by the Speaker, Olamide Oladije. Meanwhile, Ondo State House of Assembly has called on beneficiaries of microcredit loans in the state not to renege on their promises to pay back in order for others to benefit. Chairman House Committee on Commerce and Industry Felix Afe, during a working visit to the office of Ondo State Microcredit Agency, assured of the Assembly's commitment to ensuring that public funds are well managed. House of Assembly correspondent Omoshilele Adesoye now reports.
The Ondo State Microcredit Agency was created by law to cater for the vulnerable as well as productive people and empower them to be self-reliant. The visit of members of House Committee on Commerce and Industry to the agency could be described as a step towards boosting the economy of the state. Chairman of the committee, Felix Afe, assured of the Assembly's necessary support towards alleviating poverty in the state.
If we release money for someone, it pays, another person will get it, so that this thing will be moving. Because most of the time, before you come here, you see, you don't even need to tell us, because we see people that are filling for, that are applying for the loan. We will see them here, if these places are existing. So we want to appeal to you that we will give you all our support, particularly in the house.
The chairman of the agency, Mrs. Adenike Ademujimi, while reeling off activities of the agency, said credit facilities are granted to members of the public through its various schemes after the laid-down conditions had been met. The agency boss solicited the support of the committee in reviving the organization and informed that those given loans had not paid back as expected, depriving others from benefiting.
So when I heard that you are coming, I said, thank God, they are representative of the people. Then to the market women that were giving loan, I wanted to go and appeal to the conscience of our KBACs, because you know the Iyalojas were installed in the market. I need that support from the House member that microcredit must be resuscitated.
Other legislators of the committee stressed the need to strengthen the agency to enable it to deliver on its mandates. Omoshilele Adesoye, Osrc News.
Efforts are in top gear to construct 70 housing units for the people of Ondo State. Management of Mackinson Cooperative Limited gave the hint during a visit of the Federal Mortgage Bank of Nigeria to the construction site at Osrc community in Akure North local government area of the state. Omoriola Ubenji reports that the 22 of the 70 housing units have been completed.
As population growth and urbanization increase rapidly,
So is the demand for affordable housing. According to statistics in 2023, Nigeria has an estimated 28 million housing deficit, with experts position that the real estate sector will need an investment of over 21 trillion naira as well as a partnership with the government to build sufficient housing for the entire population so as to provide affordable housing units for the populace in the wake of escalating rents. In order to bridge the housing gap and provide sustainable housing in Nigeria, the federal government decided to intervene. This site at OC in Akure North local government area of Ondo State is expected to house 70 units of 2 bedrooms, 3 bedrooms detached bungalows, 3 bedrooms terrace, as well as 4 bedroom detached duplex. The initiative is a partnership between the Federal Ministry of Works and Housing and Mackenzie Cooperative Society and Investments Limited, financed through the Federal Mortgage Bank of Nigeria. Representatives of the bank at the both federal and state levels arrived at the site at OC community to inspect the ongoing project. As at press time, 22 units of semi-detached 2-bedrooms apartments have been completed, while others are in varying stages of completion. Reacting, representative of Mackenzie Cooperative Society and Investments Limited, Atinuke Olawale Ogunkwa, confirmed that the project will be completed as scheduled.
We're here to witness history once again. We have the construction of a whole number of housing units going on here, both 2 bedrooms, 3 bedrooms, and so on. And yes, they are, because I've been seeing a lot of nods, and even the branch manager of the Federal Mortgage Bank that's in Akure here has given it a good percentage.
Interested and qualified persons, according to her, are eligible to benefit from the gesture. Omoriola Hungbeji, Osrc News.
President Bola Tinubu has set an agenda to unlock Nigeria's mineral resources for its economic diversification. Tinubu unveiled this in Abuja during the 8th edition of the Nigeria Mining Week. The president, who was represented by Secretary to the Government of Federation, George Akume, explained that his administration had observed huge profits recorded through the export of crude mineral resources, which has improved the life of the people of the nation. He gave assurance that government will continue to ensure a good business environment for investors to invest in the sector by ensuring policy consistency and adequate security. In his remarks, Minister of Solid Minerals Development, Dele Alake, stressed that the ministry has set up a new direction with articulation of a 7-point transformation agenda which focuses on the establishment of the National Mining Company. You are watching the news at 7, coming to you live from Osrc Television. We're going to a commercial break now. When we return, we'll serve you more stories. Don't go away.
Hey, Miss Kilo, how are you doing? Farabalẹ̀. 1,000. We go wash plate tire o. Farabalẹ̀ now.
Madam, hello lówó wa.
Brother, na 3,005.
Màá fún yín ní owó pé káàdì Glo ẹlẹ́gbẹ̀rún 10,000.
Oh yeah.
Bring your phone.
Ha! 10,000.
1,000 naira credit. Now you dey turn to 10,000.
No. All of us don't know about Glo Berekete. Ní ìlọ́po mẹ́wàá nísìnyí.
Ṣé o ti gbọ́? Ìlọ́po mẹ́wàá ló máa gbà lórí iyekíye tó o bá rà sórí ohun ìpè Glo Berekete 10 times rẹ.
I told you. Na what I go tell?
The Financial Services Regulation Coordinating Committee, FSRCC, in collaboration with the National Broadcasting Commission, NBC, wishes to draw the attention of the public to the worrisome increase in the activities of illegal financial operators, IFOs, which threaten public trust and the stability of the Nigerian financial system. The FSRCC and NBC hereby advises the general public to refrain from dealing with unlicensed financial operators who deceive individuals with unrealistically high investment returns. Make sure to verify the licensing status of such companies and schemes on this website. To report any suspicions of illicit financial activities, call 0700 225 5226, 0800 225 5226, or +234 817 665 6273. Let's work together to uphold the integrity of Nigeria's financial system. Announcer, FSRCC.
Thanks for rejoining us. You can also watch us live on our website www.osrc.ng or follow us on Facebook at OSRC TV, and on YouTube you can subscribe to our channel OSRC TV Ondo. Moving on tonight, Ondo State government would not fold its hands and give room for miscreants to extort money from the peace-loving people of the state. The Senior Special Assistant to Ondo State Governor on Special Duties and Strategy, Dr. Doyin Odebowale, gave the assurance while addressing tricycle owners in Akure, the Ondo State capital. OSRC's reporter Zehimo Ibieme covered the event, and the report is presented from our studio.
Tricycle owners came in their numbers to talk about their challenges and how government can come to their aid. Their engagement with the representative of government, the Senior Special Assistant to Ondo State Governor on Special Duties and Strategies, Dr. Doyin Odebowale, centered on friendly business environment, security, among others. The Senior Special Assistant to the Governor on Special Duties and Strategies said government was particular about the prevailing peace in the state and would deploy all machineries to ensure it is sustained.
We have invited them mainly because of the complaints we've been receiving from members of the public concerning the attitudes of certain elements, who are not in any way recognized by us. They've been going to town, extorting money from them, giving them problems, insisting that they must charge a particular fare from passengers. So this thing got to a head that we felt that we should, curb this.
Dr. Odebowale also urged the tricyclists to get registered for accountability.
Very much. You see, we started the registration exercise in 2018 with the Okada riders, and they joined. But they were not as many as they are now. And the number keeps increasing by the day. So I think it is in their interest that they register, because we will not tolerate a thing where you pick a passenger here, then we have a complaint that the person cannot be found. No, we will clamp down on all of them. So it is in their interest to register, and they should not wait. Like I told them, they shouldn't wait for us to start running after them before they register.
The governor's aide warned the riders against being used as political thugs to destabilize the state and cause disharmony among residents. Coordinator in charge of government tickets representing Akure South, Mr. Atabiaki, and one of the tricycle riders, Mr. Ikechukwu God's Power, acknowledged government's effort at ensuring peace in the state and for supporting them at the time of their needs.
What I don't know before, I know it today. Because everything is on me. I need to go and correct some things. Because I sell my ticket for 300 naira, and that's what government said I should be selling the tickets. So I'm not aware that people are collecting extra money, which I will go and work on now.
It is for the interest of the whole state. It's not only for the Marwa riders alone. It's for the interest of the whole state, because when there is a smooth running in the state, everybody will enjoy, there will be peace.
They also assured government that tricyclists in the state would begin registration of their tricycles without delay and support efforts at ensuring continued peace in the state.
Elsewhere in the nation's capital now, the Senate has confirmed Ola Olukoyede as the substantive chair of the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission, EFCC. The upper legislative chamber also confirmed Muhammad Hamajoda the Secretary of the EFCC, and Halima Shehu as the Chief Executive Officer, CEO of the National Social Investment Program Agency. The nominees were confirmed after they were screened in the Committee of the Whole. Olukoyede's confirmation by Senate followed appointment by President Bola Tinubu after the suspension of the former head of the Anti-Graft Agency, Abdul Rashid Bawa, nearly 4 months ago. In the meantime, Senate President Godswill Akpabio announced during plenary today that Senator Lala Ashiru is now the new deputy leader of the Senate. Ashiru, who represents Kwara North at the Red Chamber, replaces Senator Dave Umahi, who has been appointed as the Minister of Works by President Bola Tinubu. Senator Ashiru was previously the deputy whip of the Senate, and his former position has now been taken by Senator Onyekachi Nweboyi, representing Ebonyi North. In other stories now, the Acting Inspector General of Police, Kayode Egbetokun, has held an interagency consultative security meeting at the Louis Edet House, Force Headquarters, Abuja. The meeting was organized in preparation for the off-season elections scheduled for November 11, 2023 in Bayelsa, Kogi, and Imo states. Egbetokun, who was represented at the meeting by the Deputy IGP Operations, Ede Ayuba, stressed the importance of sharing ideas among security agencies towards maintenance of law and order during election periods. Ayuba praised the collaborative efforts of the armed forces and other sister law environment enforcement agencies, highlighting their roles in fostering unity and contributing to the success of past general elections. The National Agency for Food and Drug Administration and Control, NAFDAC, says it will review sanctions for exporters of substandard products. NAFDAC Director General Professor Mojisola Adeyeye said this while expressing displeasure at the level of substandard goods were being rejected in some foreign countries. She said the agency had been able to identify some of the reasons, including non-compliance to advisory guidelines established by NAFDAC to encourage participatory exports. Adeyeye said almost all exported food products were processed without statutory testing by NAFDAC. She assured that the agency will strengthen in-country regulatory infrastructure on exports with the introduction of NAFDAC regulations on export 2022. Moving now to crime-related stories, the Nigeria Police Forces assured they will probe a man seen in a viral video celebrating the reopening of popular Ladipo Market with AK-47 shots. First spokesman Iwadejobi, who made this known in a post on X, formerly known as Twitter, said the find the man and do the needful. The Lagos State government had in September 2023 shot 4 markets, including the Ladipo Market in the Mushin area of the state. The market, famous as one of the hubs for motor vehicle spare parts in the state, was shot for serial infractions, including unhygienic disposal and mismanagement of waste by traders. Following the reopening of the market, jubilant traders trooped in with a mid-aged man wielding an AK-47 rifle, which he shot upwards in the air amid the excited cheers of his colleagues. Some yet to be identified assailants have been killed in Nasarawa state-based medical practice. Stephen Angbas, who owns Lafia Angbas Clinic. The killing happened as Dr. Angbas was returning from his farm on a motorcycle in our local government area of the state. The assailants, who were suspected to be armed robbers, launched machete attacks on Angbas and the motorcyclist who was conveying the doctor to the farm. The state police spokesman, Rahman Nansel, has also confirmed that Angbas tragically succumbed to his injuries. The motorcycle rider, identified as Mikailu Dehiru, was rushed to a nearby medical facility where he is currently receiving urgent treatment for the severe wounds he sustained from the attack. Yaga Africa has advised the Independent National Electoral Commission (INEC) to emulate conduct of the just concluded Liberian elections. The organization specifically asked INEC to review the format of ballot papers used in Nigeria's election by including photographs and names of candidates to improve quality of electoral preferences and reduce invalidated votes. It also urged the National Assembly to strengthen the electoral law by making electronic transmission of results mandatory, including upload of polling unit level results and result sheets used at different levels of collation. Presenting its preliminary findings of the 2023 Election Study and Observation Mission to the October 10 Liberia 2023 General Election, Executive Director Yaga Africa, Samson Itodo, said the mission observed commitment to transparency on the part of the Liberian Electoral Commission in managing the tallying process. According to him, the mission noted that the Liberian National Elections Commission, NEC, displayed high devotion to rules and procedures throughout the polls and that officials showed excellent knowledge of rules and enforced guidelines at all levels. Moving on to the foreign scene, President Joe Biden is in Israel for talks with Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu and to make clear Israel has the right to defend itself. His trip to Tel Aviv comes a day after Palestinian officials said an Israeli air raid on a Gaza hospital killed at least 471 people. Israel blames the misfired rocket launched by Palestinian Islamic Jihad, an allegation denied by the group. Aderunke Kolawole has an update.
As Israeli airstrikes continue to pound Gaza following the bloody attack by Hamas early this month, the United States up support for Israel with plans for a visit by President Joe Biden.
President Biden will visit Israel.
U.S. Secretary of State Antony Blinken announced the plans for Biden to visit in the midweek.
The President will reaffirm the United States' solidarity with Israel and our iron commitment. We'll hear from Israel what it needs.
With plan Biden for military assets to add to the region to back Israel up.
President Biden will underscore our crystal clear message to any actor, state or non-state, trying to take advantage of this crisis to attack Israel. Don't.
The warning came as after Iran minister threatened consequences for what he called Israel's war crime committed against the people of Gaza, referring to regional forces opposed to Israel and the U.S. The resistance front is capable for waging a long-term war with the enemy. In the coming hours, we can expect a preemptive action by the resistance front. Meanwhile, Hamas hinted it may try to use the people its fighters kidnapped from Israel for prison swap. Khalid Mashal, a top Hamas in Israel 6,000 people. Israel says Hamas took 199 hostages to Gaza. Many Israelis in their captive were guests who would be released when circumstances allowed. Aderunke Kolawole, Osrc News.
Elsewhere, a teenager in Brussels has died after being shot by police in a cafe, hours after an attack which Sweden's Prime Minister said showed Europe must bolster security to protect itself. The 45-year-old, who identified himself as a member of Islamic State and claimed responsibility is also suspected of injuring another Swedish national in his attack in central Brussels. Akintunde Akishimola has details.
The aftermath of the scene where two Swedish football fans were shot dead in Brussels on Monday evening. Now, authorities say a 45-year-old Tunisian gunman suspected of killing them died a day later after being shot by police in a cafe elsewhere in the Belgian city. The man, who was shot in the chest, died in hospital from his wounds. He is suspected of killing two Swedish nationals and wounding a third in the city center on Monday night. An eyewitness, Suleimani, says he heard one gunshot, then saw the gunman.
I saw the assailant enter the building and shoot twice towards the man. The man fell to the ground. I saw him fall because I was just nearby. I could see everything that happened inside. I stayed there. I was frozen. I couldn't move. I'm still shivering because of what happened.
The suspect identified himself as a member of Islamic State and claimed responsibility in a video posted online. On Tuesday morning, police were seen removing bags of evidence from the apartment block where the suspect lived. Officials say the suspected attacker unsuccessfully sought asylum in Belgium in November 2019 and that he was known to police in connection with people smuggling. The shooting came at a time of heightened security concerns in some European countries linked to the Islamic Hamas conflict.
It only shows that the Europeans, we need to step up.
EU Foreign Policy Chief Josep Borrell. The suspect had fled the scene after the shooting on Monday as a football match between Belgium and Sweden was about to start. It triggered a massive manhunt and prompted Belgium to raise its terrorism alert to its highest level. Akintunde Akishimola for Osrc News.
To round off the news tonight, here again are the major stories. We told you that the Ondo State House of Assembly has agreed to suspend the move to impeach the State Deputy Governor Lucky Aiyedatiwa. Speaker of the House, Olamide Olajije, said the House was only exercising its responsibility under the Constitution, having received a petition accusing the Deputy Governor of some allegations of gross misconduct and abuse of office. We also told you that the construction of 70 housing units in Ondo State by the federal government is well underway in Osi, Akure North Council area. The Senate has confirmed Ola Olukoyede